My name is Danielle Alvarez. I'm purple belt and I train at Alvarez Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and I'm 20 years old. So we started the women's only class about almost a year ago. We started last summer and we basically just go over basics. It's usually, you know, the younger girls and like white belts. Right now, today we went over techniques that we had. We had a tournament at 5 Grappling out in Fort Worth on Saturday, so we went over some mistakes that we made from the tournament on Saturday, tried to correct those. I was about 8 years old when he started training, and I was little and I would just go to the tournaments with my mom. We're like his cheerleaders and we would just go to support him, but I wasn't into jiu-jitsu. He tried to get me when I was 8 years old.
Her training, I tried maybe when, because I think we're originally from Michigan, and we moved down in I think 2001, something like that, and she was like 7 years old. We were trying to get her started then. Didn't want no part of it. She played basketball. She wanted to do volleyball. So everybody's like, oh, you can't push your kids to do something you want to do, make them be like you. So that was very hard to do because, you know, I know how great jiu-jitsu is and I wanted to share that with her. So let time go by. She did basketball, volleyball, did all those things all the way until she was like 14 years old.
Then when I got to high school is when I started training. So I never went to any tournaments before that besides like local ones. I never traveled anywhere with my dad. He always went to, you know, California for Pan Ams and other things like that. So when I turned 16, I got to go to the big ones with him in California, like Pans and Worlds. And you know, it's been fun since then, getting to go with him and compete alongside of him. You know, he coaches me, I coach him, and it's really awesome being able to help him out just like he helps me.
I ignored what everybody had to say and just said, you know what, she's going to do jiu-jitsu. So she cried and said, look, you got to give me 3 days a week. That's all I ask, no competition, nothing. I just want you to do it for self-defense because she just started, she was a freshman in high school. And I felt like at that point, she really needed to make sure, or at least I wanted to make sure I felt comfortable with how well she could take care of herself in any situation.
When I first started, I didn't really like jiu-jitsu. My dad kind of made it as a requirement for self-defense. He wanted me to be able to protect myself. So the first year I kind of didn't really train hard. I kind of just came in, learned, I didn't take it seriously. But after the first year, I started competing, and I really like competing now. So this will be 4 years of competing. So I really like the competition and being able to travel and meeting new people, and all the people that come in the gym are like family to me.
As far as our relationship, it becomes very difficult for a father and their child to, at least from my experience so far, to be a coach and then you gotta go be her dad, like off the mat, you know. So sometimes what we carry, what happens at home, sometimes carries on to the mat, and then vice versa. Sometimes whatever happens on the mat carries on and goes home, and we try to separate that as much as possible, but it's super hard to do because we're always here and of course we're always home.
It's not that easy live, but as long as you keep drilling it, it will get easier. Okay? Pulls, step over the leg, knee cut, pass.
And I think, you know, for the most part, we do a pretty good job. You know, I like to compete. You know, she's 20, I'm 39. You know, we're out there competing together. We just competed this past weekend, both took first place. We did Boston a few weeks before that. We both took first place. Houston, first place.
Definitely long term, because obviously this is my dad's gym. This is our whole life. My mom doesn't train, but all of the team is like family to us. My grandpa works here too. So you know, my goal is to get my black belt and then maybe one day have my own gym affiliated with my dad, or help him. I already help him teach the kids class and stuff. So right now, the goal is just black belt and teach women's class, and I help him teach kids class. And then maybe one day in the future, after I get my black belt, I'll have my own gym.